Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared Podcast, home of people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed. My friends, I don't know how many more videos I could see on the internet. I don't go out of my way looking for these things, by the way. I really don't. If I wanted to do that, I could, but I honestly don't need to. A lot of it just gets recommended to me. And at this point, I am convinced that women require governmental interference for them to win out here or be, quote, equal to men. They require the government to step in. All you gotta do is look at affirmative action. All you gotta do is look at the emotional manipulation, bullying, gaslighting, you name it, it's all there. Now, my friends, I want to make something perfectly clear. Just to be clear, I am not saying this because I am, quote, bitter and hurt and someone did me wrong and I'm just bitter. No. To me, this is not an emotional thing. I know I could sound very passionate. I realize that, but I'm not upset per se. I am more concerned than anything else at this particular point. I am concerned that when I look out and I see how much women can just manipulate men and get away with it, I say, well, this is why they require the government to help them. Now, there are obviously going to be exceptions. We all know this. So I'm not talking about the exceptions to the rule. What I am saying is when you look at a lot of the women who are successful, a lot of them mainly do it because they hate men. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's just an unavoidable fact of reality. They hate men. A lot of it comes down to maybe their father wasn't in their life, maybe they hated the father, whatever. They hate men. Now, I want to be clear. When it comes to the government helping them, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. All you have to do is look at Congress back in the day when women started getting elected. They said that the women coming into Congress would make it a more peaceful Congress. Well, do we see a lot of peace going on? I certainly don't. You look at Ukraine, look at Israel, and look, my friends. Oh man, you know what's the craziest thing is I can't even have this conversation without people saying that, oh, you're only doing this because you hate women. No, I don't hate women. I love the truth. The truth has nothing to do with bias and everything to do with the fact that it's just objectively true. My friends, I don't say this because I want women to lose. In fact, there are a lot of women who are, quote, winning out here. They win in the short term. But the problem is a lot of women want to be men. They want all the advantages of being a man, but they don't want the accountability that a lot of men are forced to take. They don't understand what it is to be a man. They think that Chad and Tyrone and Pablo mixed together equals what most men go through. No. Those are the top percentages of men. They want to be the top percent of men. They don't want to be the guy who's struggling, busting his behind to get minimum wage. They don't know about that guy. They don't even look his way. They don't even know he exists. The only time they encounter him is when they go to Starbucks to get their coffee. They don't know about or call him over to fix their plumbing or call him over when they want to renovate their house. They don't care about that guy. They don't know what it's like to be him. But when you see that women, they want to be CEOs, they want to be at the top of the food chain, they don't understand what it is to build a business. If you want to be a CEO, build your own business. And some women do. Most of them don't. They want to be the CEO of Google. They want to be the CEO of Amazon. But guess what? They're not. Because if they were, they would realize how hard it is. They want all the benefits without the risk, without the liability, and without the suffering that accompanies it. And that is why it is my belief that they require the government, Big Daddy government, to step in. How do you think we have so many single mothers out here? They're not paying their own way. No, they have people in the government that give them checks. WIC, EBT, SNAP, you name it. Child support, alimony, the family court, you name it. They're either living off the backs of men or off the backs of Uncle Sam. That is the way it is. Now, my friends, if we wanted to fix the problem, we could have that conversation. But here's the problem. People don't want the problem fixed. They don't want a solution, they just want an easy fix. Let me change that up a little bit. People want an easy fix. They want men to take the fall. They want guys like us who are breaking our backs, working really hard, trying to build something with our lives. We gotta take that L, not them. Why? Why should I have to take the L? Why should anybody like me who's trying to build something for themselves, why should we have to take the L? My friends, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is my belief that men and women really aren't that compatible. I really don't think that we are. I think it can be if people are willing to make very deliberate, very purposeful sacrifices. The problem is, men and women are not the same, and we're trying to make them the same. We're trying to erase any level of difference, because apparently difference implies a discrepancy, which is completely false. It's not true. But we have women out here who want to be boss babes and queens and whatnot. Well, there's only so many kings to go around. Not every man is a king, just as not every woman can be a queen. If everybody is something, then nobody is. If you think that every woman is a queen, every man can be a king. Not every man has a castle. Not every man has a domain. Not every man has people working for him as servants or anything else. It doesn't work that way. But apparently, women have it in their heads that most dudes have this experience, when in fact, that is just simply untrue. It's just untrue. But that is why you have the government supporting women, because if they didn't, they'd have to be forced to make very tough choices. And let us not also forget for one single dang second that because of World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, that American men are now the minority. There are more women than there are men in this country. Why does that matter, you might say, Austin? Why does that matter? Well, when you live in a representative government, or a, quote, democracy, as people like to put it, who do you think the politicians are going to see as their biggest constituency? Answer: the biggest majority, which would be women. Now, not all women think exactly the same. They have the same biological programming as all men do. But women have more of a hive mind than men do. We all know this. And if you disagree with me, please turn off my show, because you're just one of these people who's going to say, oh, but Austin, everybody's an individual. Well, of course everybody's an individual. We know that. Duh. But here's the difference. Everybody has the same biological programming. So therefore, you can reasonably predict what they're going to do. You add statistics in there. You add human psychology into there. And bada bing, bada boom, you can have a reasonable idea of how people are going to respond, what they are going to do, etc., etc., etc. This is just a fact of reality. Now, I want to be clear again. I am not trying to tear anybody down. I am attempting to show the very uncomfortable realities of the world in which we live in. Men, I don't want you to hate women. In fact, women have done you a favor in allowing you to walk away. Make your own mindset, your own new and adjusted mentality. There used to be a time, gentlemen, when you were expected to deal with the bullshit. You were expected to say, hey, I don't like what I'm doing here, but I don't have a whole lot of other choices other than to deal with the bullshit. Now you can walk away. You can form your own personal philosophy, as I have done, and others like me have also done. You have that ability. You can do that. You don't have to be a normie and go with the program that people have had to go through, because they basically had no choice. You have a choice. Now, whether you choose to do anything with said choice, that is up to you. But with the marital laws the way they are, the divorce statistics the way they are, and with 80% of divorces filed by women, you have to ask yourself, is the government involved in any capacity with giving these women so many options to screw you over? Because make no mistake about it, with a lot of women saying that, oh, marriage is no good for me, marriage is bad, I don't like marriage is no good, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Back in the day, they had to do that. No, I'm not saying we need to go back to that, but what I am saying is it gave you leverage. Now, in a marriage, you have no leverage because Uncle Sam is there to enforce that contract. If you don't do what she wants, she can divorce you, and Uncle Sam will split it down the middle at best or screw you over at worst. Now, does it happen to everybody? No. No, it does not. But everybody goes through a similar cycle when it comes to their marriages. I've seen it. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am only giving you alternatives to the normal advice you are going to consume. I am not in the business of telling people what to do with their lives. I apologize to you if it comes across that way. I just get very passionate about forming your own personal philosophy because it has worked super well for me. And I want you to do what is best for you. That is my hope. That is my goal. That is why I do this show every day. Because I want you to live a better life. The problem is, I can't recommend marriage to you. I wish I could. I cannot do that in good faith. Because then I'd be leading you down the path that would lead you to the altar to be sacrificed. And I don't want to do that. But there are options out here if you want to do something different. You don't have to play the game of the government because as I discussed in my last show, the system is not on your side, especially as a man. The government is not on your side. You are a utility. Now, you can go with the program if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but that is up to you. Just understand that you are largely going to be set up for a fall. You can try to work the system, or you can try to set up your own system, which is what I have done, and it has been working so far for me. My friends, the government is not on your side. The government is what helps level the playing field for women. And that is why so many men have been displaced and been thrown aside and cast aside. It is my fervent desire that you do not get thrown aside and that you can come out here and win. To do that, though, you might have to forge your own lane. Just be aware of that. My friends, I gotta head out of here. I have business that I need to take care of. But my friends, until next time, God bless you. God bless your families. God bless America. Stay vigilant. Stay informed. And for goodness sake, question everything. Because who knows who's around the corner to get you, who's around the corner to exploit you. And remember, if you want to do business, and I'm talking mainly to women, if you want a relationship as well, you never walk into a deal saying, here's what you're going to do for me. No. You need to go into a deal and saying, here's what I'm going to do for you. That is how you get that across. That is how you want to help people. That is what I want you to do because that is what I care about as well. But at the end of the day, it's your life. I want you to live your life as you see fit, whether it's through following my advice or not. My friends, stay vigilant, stay informed, and like I said before, question everything. Not just some things, but everything. I'm out. Peace.